After that thrilling comeback 1-point victory over our rival Boston College, we are going to get things started. So real quick, let's see what the landscape looks like, shall we? Looks like top 10, pretty much the usual suspects other than Louisville here, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, there's your top 10. We're going to look at the conference standings really quick. It looks like we were the only team that won the game that we played. Alrighty then. Well, we're already on top of the conference. Let's see. Any buzz about the Heisman? No, they don't give a flying f about what's going on in Amherst. So, with that said, it looks like we got a coach point to spend here, so we'll go ahead and do that. And you guessed it, it's going into recruiting. And these really help me immediately, so we'll go with the royal treatment. Yes, we'll save that. Now we're going to jump into recruiting, and there will be timestamps on the screen, so skip to this particular timestamp if you want to get past the recruiting. Alright, for those of you that are still around, let's see who we can steal. So he's not going to be good for us. He won't come. We're out on him. Oh, wow. Well, I'll be damned. So this guy is a corner or a free safety. I would say a corner because the tackling is really low. Yeah, he's a really good return man. He has hella good moves, but he really is not that good at catching or route running. But he's got great return, great spin move, a fantastic elusiveness, great juke, great stiff arm. Never mind that. That was a text message. So it looks like we're going to be able to swoop in and steal Justin Barnes from South Laurel, Maryland. He's a 5-star athlete. So we're going to slap 700 points onto that. It looks like this Chris Curtis fella here also is somebody we can get our hands on. So we're going to get on the list here. Okay, looks like Pat Fry. Also, 3-star. Can get our hands on him as well. Sadly, so considering how many points back we are, it looks like we lost 100 points, but we are 40 points off of, well, no, okay, so it looks like ECU there, Eastern Carolina, is going to have the fast track to get Sam Thornburg. So sadly, as much as it pains me, we're going to have to get rid of him. No Andre Newsome, no Tyler Barnes. And for those of you who are wondering how you calculate this sort of thing, you really have to, how far back you are matters, and what the bonus is really matters, because we're only going to be able to put in 700 points maximum plus whatever the bonus is that we get for this person. So if we're not at or near like the projected lockout or locked cutoff point right there, and if we don't have any kind of bonus that can really compete with their top team, it's pointless to sit and actually waste time on this stuff. So we're going to kind of just have to get lucky and hope to God or Buddha or Allah or whatever you choose to pray to, or the flying spaghetti monster, that one of these guys slips to us. And it looks like the vast majority of them are not going to slip to us, which is pretty much par for the course. We pretty much expected this. So these are all of our... So I want to get rid of him because he is absolute butt. The rest of these dudes we can kind of turn into something. Got to keep Antonio Alexander here. So as I was saying, we have to keep Antonio Alexander because he is one of the few people that we actually need. We won't be getting this fella, even though he's a 4-star. So sad to see that guy go. We could jump back up and get him, but I'm not necessarily worried about it. Again, we'll fill in most of these holes right now with these JUCO fellas. And we'll get what we can out of them before we send them on their merry way. So I'm not going to get Lee Hairston. No Micah Woods. No Vince Hefner. I wonder if he's related to Hugh. Oh, it looks like Lee Russell. It looks like Alabama has him on their board. We might be able to swoop in and steal this man, which is he's a 5-star defensive end from Danville, Virginia. But you see how we have D+, C, and B, or 105 overall, but notice how nobody else is going up here. There's no change for any of these other people, right? That means that Alabama has him on their board, and we have him on our board. Next week, we'll go up 885, or 785, or 805, because 700 plus 105. So we won't be able to get Doug Leach, and hopefully Alabama just backs the up and doesn't really offer him any scholarships. And if that happens, we might actually have ourselves a legitimate 5-star in year 2, which would be pretty cool. So these guys should recruit, or should lock really quickly. They're both right where we need them to be. So, with that said, so he's also a JUCO guy, right? And the best part about these JUCO people is that we'll be able to take points out of these guys. So, other than these people right here, nobody's really going to go after these JUCO guys. They're really just sort of there for the most part. We'll have to monitor them as time goes on just to make sure that nobody's really messing around with them. Him, however, I would like to get committed as soon as possible just to fill the needs. And just because, you know, there are these other schools, well, we're 270 for him and nobody else is above us. So we'll see how that goes. I think he's JUCO too, right? Yes, he is. But see, he's got a lot of people on his list here. And that worries me, because those are some heavy hitters right there. 380, 370, 370, 390. Yeah, so we'll keep the 700 in him. And it doesn't look like we have any other consistent. And yeah, they've all offered him a scholarship. So we might lose him depending upon how things shake out. But I doubt it because he's a JUCO guy. Because like I said, the bigger schools don't really f with the JUCO people. They're really looking for, you know, the younger guys. They're looking for the 18-year-olds, not the 20-something-year-olds. So with that said, we'll hope that pans out the way that it does. And make some adjustments. And now we're going to go on the hunt to see if anybody else is hanging around that we can steal. And really at this point, it's quite literally anybody. So Ohio State offered him a scholarship. Also, he's kind of a quarterback. All right, we'll f with him. So like I said, anybody who's got really low lock, see, West Virginia will probably swoop him up. Okay, there's scholarships there. We're in on him. How about you? And every now and then there'll be somebody who sort of falls down here. God damn, 6'8" at tight end. Man, of course, I swear to God, these crazy freak motherfuckers never show up when I'm just playing by myself with a team that's like ridiculously set up. And see, here's a guy. See, so he's 15% and there's no scholarships. So it really doesn't matter what his pitch info stuff is. It's another guy, Reggie Johnson. As long as it's not proximity to home, it's not really going to matter for us right now. We got plenty of playing time to go around. So that's the deal. All right. He's got people. Yeah, we're on his list. And like I said, it's like 22% or lower. Damn. We're going to find some people in here. And I'm telling you, boys, we're going to walk away with some mad, ridiculous recruits. We're going to pull some crazy shit out of our ass. Something's going to fall our way. That's for damn sure, especially doing it like this. And this is by far the most important week of recruiting. All right, we'll give you a shot. And like I said, it really doesn't matter what the position is right now. It's really all gravy. Quite literally anything and everything would help. Wait, I forget the... Look at this guy. Do you have scholars? Nope, no scholarship offers. Again, size doesn't matter. I don't give a because like I said, we'll adjust. I'll literally change their sizes around just to make sure they get drafted. I really don't give a shit about that. And I'll wait and do it and right at the end. Alright, yeah. Scholarship offers, and see, we're not even out of the top 90 yet. We found a bunch of them, and this is exactly, and I'll tell you this much, this is really a lucky one. I would never even try to say that man's name, but this is really a lucky one so far as everything is shaking out, because it's usually not like this, not nearly at all. Most of the time, the top 100 is straight up just stocked with people. Damn, that would have been great to get him. But it's usually just stocked with, you know, recruits that are already being pursued by big names. This guy wants to go to New Mexico State? What the f... Alright, man. I guess there has to be one guy. You know, no disrespect to New Mexico State, but they're really not known for their football program. Ooh, look at Marvin Nichols over here. What's he squat? 585? He's actually probably not good. We'll give him a shot. 585 is low. I said, I don't give a damn who you are. If you're in the top 100 or so, I'm taking a look at you. Because we can always move people around to positions, and really right now, damn near anybody could play any position. Most of these guys in this top, you know, like 200, 300 are better players right now than what we got. So we'll take them. And it's kind of funny, all the quarterbacks are being snapped up, but that's okay. We got a good one. Or at least we got enough of one. Find somebody, so we're gonna go until we fill up the board again. So there's gonna be another 15 recruits that I have to find here. So like I said, settle in, and if you don't want, I'll put the if you don't want to watch the rest of this, I'll put the timestamp up here one more time, just in case you don't want to watch me go through this. But this is easily the most interesting part. of the recruiting process, especially when you do it like this. This is why I said earlier that week 2 is easily and far and away the most important week in terms of recruiting, because you really get to see who's going where, who got offers, who didn't, and jumping in as early as possible can sometimes be the difference between getting a guy to commit to your school or completely losing out on him when the school he always wanted to go to just sort of has a visit and then offers him a scholarship, which that happened to me in a regular crazy, dynasty that I've had going on for a long time. Like, I just was playing, I have this really crazy, I have this really crazy Wyoming dynasty that I've been playing offline for on and off for maybe over a year just for funsies. And every now and then, like, I think I was just playing one yesterday, and I think it was yesterday or last night, and I guess that's the same thing. So anyway, I was in there on a punter, and I needed a punter really bad, and we were leading on the guy, and then he went for a visit with Ohio State in week 8. They offered him a contract, or they offered him a scholarship on top of the visit. And even though we were in the lead by like 500, 700, 800 something points like that, the motherfucker still committed right there on the spot and ended up going to Ohio State. So we were left to scramble and go and just try to sort of find the punter that was the least farthest in his lock percentage, and just kind of hope it worked out. And luckily it did, but still, even when you're on that level, you can still be got, which adds an interesting level of intrigue and strategy to this whole thing. And that's why you go through this stuff. That's why you dig deep and down into this like I'm doing right here. And really, as a school that sucks ass like we do right now, you really actually have the added benefit of being able to take anybody and everybody that's available. Whereas when you're in a position like that Wyoming dynasty I have, there's really only like a certain kind of set of player you're looking for. You have a floor, right, that's much higher than anybody else can really meet normally. So your floor is much lower, therefore you're not going to accept anybody who's underneath that certain, threshold of baseline minimum. So there are players that I would turn away that would be totally interested in playing at Wyoming, whereas otherwise I wish those players were interested in playing for the school now. Like this guy, I'd love to just scout this dude and get him on the team. But he deal break, So it's kind of an interesting thing. This, for a game that's almost 10 years old, I think it actually is 10 years old this year, since I'm playing this in 2023 at the time of this recording. It is really fun, and it's one of those things that even though they haven't made a new college football game, even though I've been told there is one in the works now that they've worked out the whole name, image, and likeness thing, this is still, we were left, for 10 years, we were left with possibly the greatest video game of all time, and if not the greatest sports video game of all time, and it is up there with the likes of your NBA jams and your Tecmo Bowls, things along those lines, those classic old school video games that were just undeniably fun. And this is like that. There's a reason why this blew up during the pandemic. I'll check you out. Tiger Bradford. Well, that's a fantastic name. Yeah, we might walk away with something after all. There's a lot of good stuff here. Mostly wide receivers, but it makes sense because there have to be more wide receivers and corners than almost anything else. Just because those particular positions are usually the most plentiful on most people's rosters. Oh, really? Well, Tom Owens, huh? He's got a hell of a squat. I wonder, he's a scrambler? Okay, whatever. Welcome to the team, hopefully. We'll see if we can't get him on board. So we're getting there. 9 to go. I was kind of hoping I could get a tight end out of all of this. And like I said, I really don't give a at the end of the day. Bodies are bodies at this point. I'll take basically whatever I can get. Even this power back, even though I really prefer speed. This guy bench presses 400 pounds. 18 years old, man. It's a man. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now we're getting into the 3 stars. So we'll probably see. Yeah, I wish we could have got him, but it's fine. So what is this guy? What are you? Looks like a power back or a bigger possession wide receiver. We'll put him on the list. See what he's about. Like I said, them JUCO boys. We'll scout him too. We may as well. Ooh, really? So right here, this guy's rated as a 72, right? You see how he has 640 squat? Remember Derek Mullins. I guarantee you this guy is a gem. And we got lucky in the sense that nobody's offering him any scholarships, and proximity to home and playing time aren't his first things on his board. So we're almost there. 5 to go. What are you about? You got scholarships. So this is really kind of what you need to do if you want to be good. You know, I really kind of want to take a flyer on this dude. This guy will be my little pet project. 436, and he's a 3-star. I think he's a gem too. I think. We'll see though. I might be wrong on that one. I am not nearly as confident as the guy that squats 640 because it's not always a cut and dry thing with corners and wide receivers. Some of them can be really, really, really fast, but at the same time, not really all that good as far as a player is concerned. So with that said, we're going to keep moving along here. All right, we'll check him out. And really, at the end of the day, like I said, they don't need to be the best players in the world. We just need them to like us and need them to be not pursued by anybody else, basically. What are you? And we're finding them. All right, Middlefield, Alabama. Finally a quarterback that nobody's really looking into. One more. Who's going to be the last one on our list? It's going to have to be somebody good. Let's see, usually in a perfect world, most of these guys toward the top would totally be interested in what we're doing and would just be ready right now to actually commit. I think I'm gonna pass on him just real quick. What's his overall? 66? Yeah, no thanks. But here, like I said earlier, we have none of the wiggle room to be able to weed people out. We just need good players and even serviceable players who are just aight. Carrollton, Texas, huh? He'd probably be a good player, but I think I've got a load of defensive ends already on here. See, that's the deal breaker for us, is that proximity to home being the top thing. All right, well, here's the tight end I was asking for. Let's check him out. And see, this is why I took points out of these JUCO guys, and that's because, again, we'll definitely get them. At least within all reason, we'll get them. It's because nobody else is really giving a flying about them. So, wow. Well, this guy is incredible. And see, we're probably gonna dump him. Even though, oh man, look at that throw power. Oh, God damn it, he would be such a perfect quarterback for a system I would run. Not this particular system, but you see how USC and Ohio State are moving up the board, and Ohio State's giving him a scholarship? Yeah, we're definitely not going to get him. As sad as it is to say. This guy's a great wide receiver. And it looks like Ohio State has him on the board too. God damn it. Another awesome wide receiver. Hey, nobody's got this guy on their board. And this dude's great. Definitely a possession kind of guy. 6'2", 210. Yeah. 5-star wide receiver right there with nobody drawing interest at all. And we're going to just come on in and see how he likes Amherst. So what about you? We got nobody coming either. What about you? Nothing there. Oh my. Oh wow, look at that. Holy sh**. This guy could play both safety positions. He could definitely play wide receiver. I mean, look at the catching, the route running, the catching traffic. He could play quarterback like a mother with that. Look at it. He's got a cannon. This guy, mark my words, if we actually get this guy, and it looks like nobody else is interested. If we get Ryan Thompson, he will win the Heisman. I'm predicting it now. Because I will throw all over the yard with him. Another wide receiver that nobody's in on that's really good. This is an interesting safety prospect, I would say, since he's high in tackle. Also a halfback, I suppose. Nobody's in on him. So it's looking pretty goddamn good right here. I'm not gonna lie. So he's pretty goddamn good too. 99 acceleration. Jesus Christ. Well, Penn State's gonna get him. So, you know, hats off to you, Penn State. That's a hell of a player. He's a little off the beaten path, but still gettable. He's a good player and also gettable. Wow. Okay. So what are you? You're fast. You got great physical skills here for this fella. I would call him. He's a halfback or a wide receiver who needs work. Because he's really not good at catching traffic or route running. He's a return man like a mother. He's got good elusiveness, good moves. Good athlete with good moves, needs work. And also gettable. Wayne Williams is a G. Not gettable. My man Tiger Bradford. Gettable. Alex Anderson. Not gettable. Tom Owens. He's alright. Not gettable. Josh Carrington. Gettable. Scott Mays is... Let's see what he is. Definitely a wide receiver or a halfback. One of those hybrid players. And gettable. How tall is he exactly? Oh, he's a JUCO guy. 6'1". That's cool. That's good to have him on the board. 79 like that right off the bat. That dude's like 14 points better than most of the people on our team. Kevin Newby. Fun last name. Not really gettable. Not worth it. Derek Mullins is decent. Not gettable. Jake Meyer. Not gettable. Howard Love. Gettable. Eric Rowe. Didn't I say he would be a gem? I think I said he would be a gem. I did. Too bad he's not gettable. And I was wrong. Which is rare. So this fella, huh? Corner. Oh, no. Safety for sure all day. Probably even linebacker. You could probably put him at linebacker. Because he's got great tackle, great hit power. Or good tackle, good hit power, good pursuit, good play rec, good man coverage, good zone coverage. And all those things. He's pretty good at all those things and gettable. Jermaine Pratt, huh? Gettable. How about Gary Johnson? Gettable. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate all the guys that are not gettable. As much as it pains me to get rid of Matt Smith, he's gone. He's gone. And again, this is anybody who's on somebody's board already and has scholarship offers from people. One of or both of those things. Any combination of those factors. Because we're not going to be able to compete with these bigger schools. And where if they're already scholarshiped up and they have a bunch of offers and shit, as soon as they're in position and moving points on him, they're going to be locked rather quickly, and that person's going to commit. Therefore, it is a waste of time and energy. So, and it also, something that most people don't know is it's actually a waste of points to try to move the bar on anybody that you aren't already on their list. So if you're not on their list at all, you won't actually move up any points at all. So if you're at a 0, let's say, if you're at a 0 and like these guys down here, like Reggie Johnson, I could put 700 points in him, and I'm only still going to be stuck at the bottom with him. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer scholarships to all of these guys. And then we're going to see how many points we have left. I'm going to see particularly if I can't go find some offensive lineman prospects. And again, like I said, the overall here, like pretty much all of these players are either at or better than the level of every single one of the other players on our list. So we're going to keep a wide list here until we really figure out who it is and what it is that we can get from these people. So really quick, I'm going to go to tackle, right? We're just going to see who's out there. Now this guy might also be a gem. 6'10" in terms of the squat. That's high likelihood that we have a gem right there. So I'm going to try my best to really focus fire this. You have offers. Yes, you do. You have offers. No, you do not. You give a fuck about proximity to home. You do not. Hey, this guy doesn't matter. Also with the JUCO guys, you can really just kind of throw out anything that they care about in terms of like playing time or proximity to home. Because if you can get them to commit, they're not going to be able to transfer anywhere else. So playing time, proximity to home, none of that really matters with the JUCO dudes. So we're looking for 600 plus fellows. And we're out of the range already. So curious to see. Because remember, if you didn't know, the game is won and lost at the line of scrimmage. If you have a bad offensive line or a bad defensive line, you are probably going to lose the game. And your quarterback is most likely going to die if you have a bad offensive line. So bear that in mind. Those of you who would seek to build a football team would do well to keep those things in mind. Oh, hey, do you have any offers? Yes, you do. So let's see. You have any offers? Yes, you do from Duke, huh? And again, what I'm doing here is like 600, right? Any defender that has a squat of 600 or so is most likely going to be a good player. And again, that's most likely. It's not always a one-for-one kind of thing, but you can fairly well hone in on that fact pretty quickly with these particular prospects. Didn't I? I swear I scouted him, didn't I? Yeah, I did. This guy's got a hell of a squat. Why the And sometimes, like I said, the recruiting algorithm that generates all this stuff is 1000% based on random number generator. So you never quite know exactly what's going to come around. I think I can't remember how far down I went, but I know it was way further than... So you know what? Here's what we'll do. Because I'd really like to beef up this defense. It's really, it is lacking. So you know what? In spite of that, I think that... Let's check. Yeah, okay. We don't really have many people who have drawn interest from us. So, in spite of that, let's go ahead and look at this really fast. And I think I already did this, right? So, I know I looked through most of these people. But a fine-tooth comb, yeah. And like I said, we're looking specifically for like 442, 40 or less, and 600 or more in the 40 time, or in the squat time. Bench press doesn't necessarily matter so much. Although that also correlates directly to another stat. These are all things that the internet taught me. be great to get a shot at this guy. What are you gonna f***ing do? I think we're good there. I've had enough. It's been a very fine-toothed comb that I've used on these fools down here. So if they're not... So here's how we're going to be able to tell, yeah. Alright, so if they're not... If they have movement, okay, he's cool, he's cool, he's cool, he's gone, and he's cool. Alright. So, pretty decent. Oh, fantastic. Also really good. And okay. So we'll throw these dudes scholarships. And I've used pretty much all the points that I can, right? So what we'll do here. Which one of these dudes do I covet the most? Fry gets an extra 50 points just because. And he's from Wyandotte, Michigan. I know people that live there. Alright, well, that's all for recruiting. I'm going to save this up. And for those of you who watched all of that, hell yeah. All of the secrets were revealed to you about recruiting. As I said, those of you who stayed with us learned the secrets of recruiting, learned what to look for, how to look for it. And those of you who didn't, you missed out. Piece of... Full disclosure, we'll probably get an easier game with them. And again, I say probably get an easier game. It is really hard to tell sometimes. Because of that random number generator, that fucking pesky old random number generator. Go with the gold here. 10 gold. The buffs. Which, you know, shout out to them for hiring Deion Sanders as their head coach. Hell of a guy, that Deion. He's a dog, to say the very least. One of the fastest human beings ever. And anyway, so off we go. See, it looks like they have a good offense. They pass it a little bit more than they run. And obviously we pass it a whole hell of a lot more than we run. So their best players... Always a good sign when one of their best players is a punter. So let's get it on the road. I have to say this now. I really, really hope that they don't play us as tough as BC did, and I bet you that they really don't. They're probably not nearly as heavily weighted in the AI department as BC and all of our conference games are going to be. Still, I got something in the bag, especially for good old Ball State. I did not forget that loss in the conference championship game, because we totally would have won the conference championship the first year out with the team. Welcome to Boston. All right. Time to get it in. So remember that conservative, 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 and for that QB scramble, always stop QB scramble. Always, always, always. So let's get it in. Game number 2 underway. My man Sullivan. Yeah, I still cannot believe we won that game. Never in a million years did I think it would actually happen. And I think I half even called it before it happened. So, tray open, offset. That money. Let's see. Are they respecting it? No, they're not. They obviously didn't watch tape like a real football team would have. And I hate to say this, but boy, I'm already looking forward to next season. We got a lot of good recruits on the way. There's a lot of really good, fertile things to potentially steal from other schools that haven't really expressed interest in them yet, and that's okay. Hey, them other schools don't want you? We'll take you in Amherst, baby. We'll turn you into a fucking star. And also, I would like to take this moment to remind you that you can find the uncensored versions of these videos on a awesome platform, and that platform is Rumble. Until then, I'm gonna have to censor every time I say anything awesome like that. None of that's gonna actually come through on YouTube. I'm gonna put a little noise there, because you know it's like that. YouTube doesn't like dirty words, and the people that run YouTube seem to think that words hurt. But I don't know about you, but there's no word anybody could say to me that would actually hurt my feelings. Anyway, we're moving right along here on offense. And it looks like they really, they're not really respecting Peterson so much right now, but that's okay. We're really having a good time running the ball already. This might be Frederick's coming out party. So we're going to do tight end ISO. There you go. We'll get that boy Dixon. I have a feeling that the middle linebacker right there is going to blitz. No, either way, he can't cover Dixon. Yeah, 24 catches, man. I'm telling you, that I should have looked up the record just to see what it was, just so I could potentially get it for him. The sad reality of it is he'd probably never get drafted. And, or if he will, it's going to be like in the later rounds like that. He's just not really going to have the overall. He's definitely got the measurables in terms of his size and his speed, for that matter. Well, they fooled me on that one. Good job, Buffs. See if you can do it again. I f***ing doubt it. They did it again. 4th and goal, huh? I'm gonna go for this because, you know, dangerous living in like that. So we're gonna do trail shake because I think my man Dixon can get in the middle here on this inside breaking route. I was right. Look at that. 4th down. 4th down touchdowns. Attaboy Dixon. You're going to lead the NCAA in receiving this year. Most likely. All right. Humming right along. Offense is really looking sharp this year. Can't wait to see what it looks like when I have good players. But, you know, by then, we'll most likely be in the ACC. Like I said, I want 2 conference championships before I move on. And by then, after 3-4 years of recruiting, the first year we got some decent players here and there. This year, I have a feeling is going to be an insanely good recruiting year for us. If we actually f around and pull a 5-star out of the hat, it'll be amazing. And if that happens, we can stack a couple of years, 2 of those years on top of one another, and then be heading into the ACC. Yeah, we'll be looking real good. Good job, D. There's Juan Parrish. Speaking of one of those really good recruits we picked up last year. He's only going to get better, too. And one thing about a school like this, so since we're going to have players that play really early, they're going to get bonuses in their overall in terms of for awareness. So they're going to get a much higher awareness score from having been on the field, and that really accumulates over time. So it's 3rd and 3. They're running 4 wide receivers, right? I'm skeptical. Yeah. Attaboy 59. Good play. And see, look at that. A 3 and out. Holy shit, we couldn't sniff a 3 and out in that last game. I'm not even sure if they ever punted. I think maybe once, maybe twice. I know we forced a couple of field goals. That was it. Oof, what a punt. All right, back on offense we go. Another solid 7-yard run from Frederic Jarge. Making it happen. So we're definitely gonna just mix this up. And really, what's crazy about this offense, I think I said it, and again, it's been so long, so do forgive me if I say things that, again, here in this second season that I've already said 1,000 times the first time around, because it's been months. But I do believe this offense is 1,000% unconventional, and especially in the sense that my number 1 receiver is actually right there in the slot. So King is currently the number 1, occupying my number 1 receiver slot. So this offense is designed to have the slot receiver be getting the bulk of the receptions. And it would be nice if they could catch those when they get them thrown and they're in their hands. But again, hey, you know, what are you gonna do? We're gonna mix it up here and run. That's alright. You know what though? We're actually not gonna run because my man Dixon's gonna be wide open. See you later. Oh no, he caught him. That's a 32-yard gain though. I'll take it. Yeah, look at that. Now the offense is starting to heat up a little bit. Look, they're still just not respecting my man Dixon. Stupid. Just walk in for the touchdown. No big deal. Again, what a recruit he was, man. Look at how he's panned out. The second I get some speed on this offense and a guy that can run routes and catch, holy shit, look what happens. That death by 1,000 cuts, it gets him every time. We're already rolling along like a well-oiled machine here. Let's see if we can't get another 3 and out. And then if we go up by about 28 points or so, get another 2 touchdowns here, and if we do that before halftime, I'll definitely take my foot off the gas and really start to bleed the clock out. And that's when this offense will go into ball control mode. And really right now. Ooh, false start. It's really bad when your quarterback like does a false cadence and your own guy jumps. Oh, no wonder he dropped that pass. He has a sprained elbow now. Damn, I blitzed too. Jesus. Dude, he stepped out of bounds. I'm challenging that 74-yard fucking run. He stepped out of bounds. I saw it. But how this usually goes, see, I think he stepped out well before there. But of course, they're going to be dicks and they're not going to give this to me. Betcha. I don't know how many times I've seen this. Because this isn't even where we're supposed to be looking. But he stepped out way back. Like 10 or 15 yards before that. Stands. Yeah, you ref. Like I said, I'd like to take this reminder to remind you, or take this moment to remind you that we will be censorship free on Rumble. And of course. Oh well, at least they're making it a game. Remember, the defense is shitty after all. I was lucky to get that first thing, and I mean to give up a big play like that. This is what happens when you have shitty players. Yep, good job, Colorado. Nice drive there. Nice 2-play drive. Nice one gigantic run. All right, let's see what we can do. Yep, look at that. Interesting breakdown now. Let's see what we can do. Got a boy Lance. That's a first down. That was not a good one. Rashad Curry. There's that great run defense. Like I said, they probably, once we get like into the later years and actually start to build up some of these coach trees, we'll be able to see what their last play was. I bet you they were in like cover 4 right there. And just, you know, the guy, the linebacker was in like a deep zone and was like, oh look, they're running it, and then just turns on the jets and all of a sudden has like 99 speed. You gotta love it. And that's why This is what happens when you play this game so much that you literally have to set the computer up to be able to cheat to have any kind of challenge like this. Because if this was on All-American right now, I would probably be up by like 28 points. Probably. I don't know. Maybe not. Because last season we had some really tough games. Attaboy, George. Georgie boy. He's doing a good job today. Really getting in some good runs. Attaboy, Phil. Let's see, we might get some of these guys drafted, but if we do, it's going to be the later rounds. Because like I said, they're just not going to have the overalls. And these teams are really just not going to really want anything to do with them. I can't really say I blame them. Attaboy, George. Look at that. 19 yards on the carry right there for Georges Frederic. Just opened up, parted like the Red Sea. Oh, come on. He's on fire and doing. He's dropping passes. I should have changed the route a little bit there, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. Touchdown, baby. The backup. Eric Smith gets him a tud. Attaboy. You like that 90-yard drive. This is what the death of 1,000 cuts does to you. We have a lot of plays. We score a lot of points. Well, I really hope Ball State can pull off that victory. Because I want their eventual defeat at our hands to be that much tougher. Because I have not forgotten the disappointment. And the shame I felt for having lost to Ball State after having rattled off something like, I think it was 12 wins in a row or something like that. I think it was ridiculous. We lost the first game of the year and then won every other game except for the conference championship. Ended the season on a very bitter note, if I do say so myself. Whoa, what the are we not playing defense now? God, I can't wait to cut half of these motherfuckers. I'll do it too. Yep, it's just we're gonna have at least we have a lead, and at least our offense is really just cutting their defense up right now. So I mean, as much as it pains me to say this, them really doing all this, and there we go, good defense. Attaboy 13, yeah, get loud. But them doing this stuff and moving the ball on offense is essentially inconsequential so long as I can outscore them. I mean, if anything, the last game proved that to be the truth. If it comes down to the wire and we have the ball, I have faith, all the faith in the world that my man Dixon is going to actually do the thing. And if not, it's going to be Peterson or somebody else. Somebody else in that slot position. It's play action all day. Yep, y'all are just moving the ball down the field because we have the worst defense in the NCAA, probably. Couldn't get home to save our lives. Yeah, okay, okay. Well, that really worked out. Got a boy Joe. 13's been playing a good game today so far. So this is how we get those recruits to show up. We get that hard hitter play style up. They're gonna want to come play. What? Who was supposed to cover him? Who was covering him? And where the f were they? Sometimes I wonder. But hey, you know, whatever. Good drive. Good drive. Good little sportsmanship here. They're playing a good game. Obviously, you have to have your defense play good if you don't like it. I don't really like it, and I'm trying to adjust. But boy, is it a chore. So let's see if we can't make some more happen here. All right. So here we are again. I wonder if we can keep them under 35 points. I don't think we can, so we'll have to score 40 something. Wow, they're actually covering. Damn, I should have just ran right up the middle. That's alright. 3rd and 4. Let's see if they're going to cover again. You know, it kind of looks like it, but still, I'm going to trust the play call. Give me a nice little 7-yard slash with Frederic. He's playing a good game today. Already got more rush yards today than he did yesterday, or did last time. Good defense there. They weren't going to let him score again. They said, oh, it's at 21, dude. Get him. It's a hell of a juke move right there, Dixon. Yeah, I got that. And then, whoop. So good he had to sit out a play. My man Phil's in there now. Attaboy. Great catch. Way to hang on to it. Another solid run. Oh, no. Oh, no, Frederick. Well, we're going to have to do without our leading rusher. Hopefully that won't be too much of a hassle. As long as they keep showing us this formation, we'll be all right. Wasn't going to get burnt on that juke again, huh? I don't blame him. Not on the slightest, I don't. Nice catch, Trent. See, as much as I want to get invested in all these guys, like I said, if I get even like a third of the guys that I'm trying to steal right now from all these other big programs, if I'll be able to remember half of these dudes' names. But Marvin Green has been super solid. We would have not won that game at all last week without old Marv. Good old Marvin. I'm trying to find something that's like an in-breaking route. So we'll go with Y corner here. See if I can't get my man Sanders here on the inside, actually. Oh, dude, I called it. 100%. Yeah. All right. Well, the offense is a-rolling. At this point, man, Josh Howard might win the Heisman. I know he's only like a 70-something, but boy, is he playing his mind out right now. And look at that. Ball State scored on them. Maybe they can pull the win off. I really hope they do. Well, so Frederick's going to be out for 3 weeks. What a shame. He was playing really well, too. And he's my main return guy, which is really kind of inconvenient. Yeah, we're chewing it up on the offensive side. Great showing so far. Now, if only we could get this together on defense. Course. Another thing on Heisman is that if you try to make the tackle, you the player, if you come up and you press the X button, most of the time they're going to break that tackle, especially if it's a good team. Most of the time, that is. And look at that. Everybody got blocked. I sent 8 people. Man, what it must be like to have space like that to run in. And this is why blitzing off the edge, right, with a corner or a safety is interesting and really kind of plays hell with anybody that's really trying to do anything. Let's see, they're just going to walk right down the field. Score again. So you know what? What I'm going to do is after they score, which is just really an inevitability, unless this idiot throws an interception, I'm going to walk down the field. Oh, well, that was like a backwards pass. Anyway, I'm going to walk down the field and bleed as much clock as I can before I score the next touchdown. That way, I am up by 14 points before they get the ball back again. Because if they go up, if they even it, man, come the on. Nobody can get off a goddamn block. Nobody can make a tackle. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ over here. Like I said, you want to hear the uncensored stuff, you come to Rumble. That's a good defensive play. Afraid to do that again, though. Or at least wary. Maybe not afraid, because we don't afraid here at the webinar. Well, there it is. Good blocking, Colorado. Great blocking, but that's okay, because look at that. Your boys got a little less than 2 minutes. Easy peasy. My man Dixon's ready. Ernest. Ernest. Oh, hey. What? Oh, that's right. This is Sullivan. God damn, he's slow. That's alright, though. Making it happen. That's a hell of a return. Putting us up to 34. Alright. Told you my man Dixon was ready. Too bad Buffalo wasn't. Ooh. Let's go. On the ball. On the ball. On that ball. Let's go. Let's go. Damn. Oh well, at least the clock stops. Yep, here we go. No respect. All good though. My man Phil. My man Phil make the catch. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So I'm gonna run one more play here. Oh, they're can actually. It was a good defensive play on their part. They were really manning up on me. And when that happens, it's rather hard to get some separation. However, right here, this looks pretty good, I must say. So we're gonna audible that to a slant. So my man Dixon can get that first down because he's a dog. Dude, I totally hit Y. This is one of those times where I'm gonna blame this on dumbass Heisman. But it's cool because I'll just waltz in for the fucking touchdown. Should have waited a little bit longer. That's okay though. Eric Smith putting it in. That was a nice quick little drive right there. We got 35 on the board before halftime's over with. Look at this Heisman, boys. You like this? You like this on Heisman? I'll tell you what, though. I've had people in the comments section on certain YouTube videos. Let me actually just make sure, because I'm actually kind of curious to see. I know I saved it. Like, I totally saved the Dynasty and everything. Like, I'm just curious to see if it still stayed on there. I'm going to be upset if it's All-American. But now check that out. Heisman like a muff. But yeah, so anyway, I've had people in the comments section of certain videos call me crazy because, and I quote, I'm not playing on Heisman correctly. These people think it's easy to play defense on Heisman, and all I have to say to them is they're f***ing crazy. Not with the sliders I'm playing with. Maybe if all the at 50, maybe. But I challenge any of y'all to play with the sliders I'm playing with, and we'll see how you do. Because it ain't f***ing easy. Not to told. So close. Oh, come on, Davis. You gotta pick that off. You're right in the hands. Atta boy. Good defense right there. Man. Come on, Davis. Well, at least he's not on offense, so we're not relying on him to catch the ball. But that was a nice little quick 3 and out right there. I'll take that. We'll see if we can't turn that into some quick points. Maybe a field goal. Maybe. See if we can't get Dixon loose down the seam. Eight seconds. Probably should have fair caught that, but it's all right. It's really kind of unfair. Why is the crowd the crowd is happy as right now? I can only imagine like how many Patriots fans are in the building. Well, you know, hey, at least we got Dixon some more yards. And again, we're up 14, so mission accomplished. They're going to get the ball back. And as long as we hold serve and just continue to outpace them on offense, it doesn't really matter what happens on defense. As long as I can make smart decisions, we are good. I'm saying it right now. Josh Howard for Heisman. Let's go. It's going to be fun for me to edit this and go back and take out all the times I say because boy howdy do I love that word. Anywho, let's get gashed on defense again. Yay! Hey, only 2 yards. Good defense. I'm impressed. Jesus Christ, man. Come on. 3 broken tackles right there. So unrealistic. I mean, you know what? I maybe not. I've seen it before. I've seen teams that just suck at tackling. It's real. It's happened. It is definitely something that some defenses, you know, and especially, you know what, in college football, I could see it. It's definitely happened in college football plenty of times. And that Jonathan Brothers, though, he's good. Takes 3 people to tackle that guy. Ooh, that's an interception. Pretty sure he got smacked too. Yeah, he got whacked. All right. Well, that's what we needed. That's why we keep sending those guys on defense, to keep trying to hit that quarterback. What we're going to do now is really try to bleed some of this clock out. Play a little bit of ball control. I could be running it up right now, but I'm going to wait till about 12 on the play clock to snap this. It's a big one. 17 for Mr. Smith. He's had a good day today. It's elite average. Pretty much anything. If you have a running back, if you're a running back and you average more than 6 yards a carry, you're good. You're a good football player. But like 6.7 yards per carry or higher, you're an incredible running back. Had to get my man Ernest his his food. And we're gonna go back to no, not twin tight end, but no, not backup quarterback either. There we go. Normal. Good old normal. Just not respecting my boy Peterson. And this is how we attract that top tight end talent. Some alliteration for you right there. Got to keep throwing the ball, specifically to the tight end. All right. It's another solid run right there. Good enough, Jim. Take it. Pretty much anything over 3 yards or more. 3 yards plus. Any 3-yard plus play in this offense is a win. That's basically what it's designed to do. You win pretty much 3 yards at a time. Anything more than that is just icing on the cake. Just a deeper cut. We're going to get Lance Peterson his catches, get him up to about 10 catches. Probably get him this touchdown if Eric Smith doesn't score that right here. See, yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely going to get this pass. So, like I said, you know, wait until 12, milking the clock, working it out. Yeah. Attaboy, Lance. Get on in there. And, like, this move. What the all right, I'm not sure exactly what that safety was trying to do, but he looked like he got ate up by the turf monster. So that turnover proves very costly. We immediately cash that in for some points and milk off some very, very important clock time, further extending the lead. Oh, it's Joe Howard, not Josh. Well, started with a J and an O. I was close. Not bad for not looking at it, but Joe Howard for Heisman, huh? Jeez, and you know what's cool about this is that this is an out-of-conference team. It's Colorado, so they're not really like, you know, it's not like we're playing USC or anything from the Pac-12. But this is probably going to be an easier game. Damn it, than anybody in conference. I mean, even though we'll probably be more evenly matched with teams like them, so the overall will be much closer. However, the AI, with it being a conference game, we're just going to get the worst of all worlds. And you know, that's actually a really smart idea. Hell yeah, TFL, boy. So that's a really smart idea because that does a great job of simulating what it's like to play a school that really does their homework in terms of, you know, doing the film study and all of those other things like that. So it's almost like they're kind of trying to simulate the fact that they know what you're going to do, because they really do know what you're about to do. They study you on film all the time. It's a good tackle by the CPU right there. to limit it to just 1 yard. So now it's 3rd down and 10. We're going to go with cover 2 man. Oh, that was a fumble. Nice, and a sack. Attaboy 77. I kind of wish Parrish had got that, but, you know, hey, whatever. Three and out. Can get that ball back. My man Peterson needs more touches. Let that go in. Yeah, Minutemen. Not to be confused with the Minutemen. Yeah, so we'll run this ball. It looks like they're manned up rather well. No big deal. They don't all need to be home runs at this point. Very good run. Eric Smith's having a day. It's been a great day for this offense. Really chewing them up on the ground and through the air. So this is where we're going to get my man Peterson some touch, right? And this left outside linebacker over here that's matched up on 83. He's about to blitz. Watch. See? Psychic. I know some football, at least the simulated kind. I watch a hell of a lot of it as well. We're coming up on football season. At the time of this recording, we're a couple of days away from the NFL draft in 2023, which the NFL draft is always a fun time of the year for football fans. Always fun to see who's going to go and, you know, what players you might have thought weren't actually going to get drafted, but actually are going to get drafted. Wow, what a hell of a reception there for Lance. But you see this death of 1,000 cuts, or this death by 1,000 cuts, man, it really works out. Because eventually one of those cuts is going to hit an artery, or it's going to puncture something. And right then and there, that's when it's going to be all bad. Oh, nice. Now, you know what? We'll go ahead and take this down to the 4th quarter. Unless we get a look here that we really, really like. For my man Sanders. And you know what? We got a great look. Nice catch, Dante. Attaboy. That was a clutch pick right there. All right, in the 4th quarter. We'll ride this game out nice and easy. Nice catch, Lance. That was his 10th catch, so we'll put strong slot in here. We'll mix this up. And this is kind of the fun part about this offense, right? Is that you can really, really just sort of dick around with all the stuff that's happening. Really tweak and maneuver players around, and it's like I said, it all revolves around that slot position. I guess technically it's a flanker if you really want to get, you know, terminology heavy on it. It's the flanker position, which I do believe, if my football history is correct, the flanker position was invented by the very, very famous Paul Brown, who was one of the best football coaches you could ever hope to be. Look at that beautiful toe tap. Showing off for the NFL, aren't you, Ernest? We'll see if he'll go. I think we only have one more year with him, and he's like a 79 or something, a 75, something like that. Either way, we're 48 up, man. We're whooping that ass. Colorado did not know what they were walking into in Amherst today. In our beautiful, gigantic stadium. So I'd like to take this time to state thank you to all the wonderful artists who have allowed everybody in the world to use their music for free, including the likes of Punch Deck, ESCP, Stevia Sphere, Monin, people like that. Awesome. Neon.Deflector, HurricaneTurtle, and all of those other wonderful artists. Appreciate you as I give up another 700,000 yards to a halfback. Yes, go check all those artists out if you would, please. They are all fantastic. They deserve your time, especially if you're a person that likes, vaporwave or synthwave, things along those lines. And also, again, do come over to Rumble if you'd like to see the uncut version of this. Oh, damn, that was almost an interception. And also, if you'd really like to support us, consider joining our locals page. If enough of you join, I can quit my job and play college football in perpetuity, which I would really like to do. I'm glad somebody got him. How about they're on the hurry up? Oh, kind of surprised. No, see, what they're really going to do is run this ball right here. And actually, I'm going to go to split. And we're going to go with... We're going to go with weak overload. I was wrong. Oh, come on, man. You had position and everything. Oh boy, oh well, whatever. We're up by 21 points still, so, whatever. Go ahead and get this ball back and quite literally bleed it all out. And it wouldn't be a game with this defense if we didn't give up at least 28 points. What did I say before? 35? Great day on offense. 64 plays, 572 yards, 49 points. You scoot off of like 2-3 plays. See what happens when you know you're... See, I'm running this ball. If only to get the clock started. It's good defense. I'll pause this really quick. Alright, we're back. And we're bleeding clock. Back to the bleeding. Easy indeed, because I bet you that middle linebacker is going to blitz. We'll see, though. Damn, Lance. Ripping the cover off, eh? My man Dixon another touch here. And see, that's another thing, right? So nowadays, that's a horse collar tackle, and that would definitely be illegal nowadays. Which I'm not really sure if there's any science to back that up, if that's actually a good thing or not. I don't know. All I know is that if you ask any old school coach or any old school players, they're kind of making the game a lot easier to play nowadays. A lot less tough than it used to be. Good play by 57 to limit that to what he did. All right. We're chewing through scenery like John Voight chews through scenery in Anaconda. Nice run. They just keep manning up. They're finally trying to stop the pass when it's too late, when I'm trying to run the ball. Dummies. Old Sullivan's even getting in there. I'll probably try to get Dixon another touchdown here. Maybe I'll throw it to Sanders. Hard to say. Although I think right now is a good time to audible to this. Attaboy Dixon. He's solid. Another 17 catches. Absurd. Man, Marvin out there. Is that 100 for him? Nice, 114. Damn good day on the ground for him. So it's super duper awesome showing on offense today. The Minutemen looked real unstoppable out of conference. And it's really 2 weeks in a row we have put on just an absolute show on offense. Try to hit Sanders here. He was covered. I believe they were in cover 2, potentially cover 3, because down here it's kind of all the same. Either way, more time off the clock. Another shot at the end zone. My man Green a hit here. Damn, wow, he came flying in there, didn't he? It's a good defensive play. All right. Giving it up right here. And sadly, the clock doesn't really matter. I'm going to go for it. And, you know, good defense. They really should have intercepted that and probably ran it back for a touchdown. So we'll go with normal this time. And depending upon the alignment. Yeah, they're not really. So let's see if I can't sneak Lance in on a slant here. Oh, come on. Hit him right in the face. Oh well, I'm good with 49 to 28. Yeah, I was going to say they really kind of have to do the hurry up thing. So close. Should have been a pick, but again, those guys play defense for a reason. I should have picked this instead. Don't you just love it when everybody that plays on your team is just mentally a mental invalid who has no idea that what they're doing or why they're doing it? Surprised I caught him. Well, I gambled. I thought they were running it. But they weren't. Not even close. Across his body, jumping, perfect throw. Well, I was right about the 35. And you know, of course, we just can't stop it. I mean, we got to get lucky to stop it. My guys are frankly just acting like they have had a lobotomy right before they got back on the field. So they're going to try to onside it. But my man Marvin clutches as usual. Yeah, f you, Colorado. My man Ernest. Oh, and he broke the record for receiving yards in a game. Yeah. Gift, Colorado. And YouTube for making me censor my swear words. But Rumble, we're cool. And anybody who's watching this, we're also cool. Appreciate you. Yeah, you gotta love when the cheerleaders make that pose. Answer. An answer was given. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play straight up quarter, 2-man under spy. And hopefully, we've actually had some fairly decent success with this, so we'll see. Yeah, I got him. Attaboy, Parrish. Is that his first career sack? I think it might be. He has had a false start. Looks like it. Oh, back you go. Second and 22 from the 13, huh? He still lost a yard. Game over. 56-35. Well, we have a high-flying offense. If I can do what I just did with my man Dixon right there, and just bomb it down the field after he gets off the line like that, that was really good. Oh wow, he got the player of the game. Get the f out of here. And Joe Howard throws for like 700 yards and 6 touchdown passes. But whatever, you know, I understand. Whatever, he's a good player. Through all of this. Anyway, let's go through our game recap here. So, you know, 39 of 47, 496 and 6 touchdowns, 82% completion percentage. Not the player of the game though. 213.7 rating. So Smith had 18 carries, 114 yards, 6.3, 2 touchdowns. And Frederick, I mean, you know, 12 for 81, 6.7. He even had a 1 7-yard carry. So, you know, they're out here doing it. Everybody was running the ball today. And Dixon with 18 catches, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns. Peterson had 11, 137 and a tud. Dante Sanders 3 for 13 and a tud. 3 for 22 for Marv. 3 for 29 for Phillip. 1 for 7 for Trent. And my man Ronnie King, who's a captain, dropped his only chance to get the ball today. I forgot to look at the defensive stats. So many TFLs were had today. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 TFLs. 2 sacks. One of them was a fumble by Brett Holmes, who was really playing pretty goddamn good as a backup. And we'll look at the team stats really quick. So 35 to 56, 17 first downs to 30, 478 to 698. They had 12 for 91, 1 tud. We had 31 for 202 and 2 tuds. They were 25 of 33 for 4 touchdowns. It's pretty damn good. And we were 39 of 47 for 6 touchdowns, which is better. 384 to 496. 2 of 6 on third down for them. 8 of 10 for us. 0 for 0 on 4. We were 1 for 2 on 4th. No 2-pointers. We had 77% red zone percentage. They were 4 for 4. They turned it over 2 times. 1 time, but we didn't get the fumble back, and we obviously had the ball for a very, very long time. So that's a perfect win for us. We had to gut it out and outscore them. But hey, what are you gonna do? On to next week, huh? Once this loading screen pops up here, we can look up and see exactly what's been happening around the world. So it looks like North Carolina is the only real ranked thing there. So, you know, I wonder if Ernest will be up for the Heisman now. No, looks like we leveled up again, maybe. So that's going to do it for week 2. The most important and most likely the most ridiculous of mostness. Not to be confused with Donnie Most. And if you know who that is, you know, good on you, but you probably don't. So anyway, week 2 is in the books. Week 3 is up next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.